All right, Part 229, Locomotive Safety, Part C, and Electrical System 22977 current collectors. Pantographic shall be arranged that they can be operated with the engineer's normal position in the cab. Pantographic automatically rise and will be raised. Release shall have automatic locking device and secure that the down position and each pantographic operating overhead trolley wire shall have the device locking grounding it to the lowest point that can be applied with the release only from the position where the operator has the clear view of the pantograph of the roof with a mounting of the roof. Third rail shoes. When locomotives are equipped with both third rail overhead collector, third rail shoes shall be energized with the yards and stations of the collection exclusively with the overhead conductor. Emergency pole shoe installation. Each locomotive equipped with the pantographic operating with overhead trolley wire shall have the emergency pole suitable operating pantographic unless the entire pole can be safely handled with the part of the pole which can be safely handled shall be marks indicated the pole shall be protected with moisture when not in use. Each of the locomotive equipped with the third rail shoe shall have the device insulating the current collection apparatus of the third rail inspection, installation and grounding with the metal parts unguarded with non-occurrent carrying metal parts subject to the becoming charge shall be grounded thoroughly insulated. High voltage marking doors and cover plates and barriers. All doors, cover plates, and barriers provided the direct access of the high voltage equipment shall be marked with the dangerous high voltage with the word danger and the normal voltage carried with the parts of the protected. Hand operated switch. All hand operated switches carrying the current potential more than 150 volts that they operated with under load shall be covered and shall be operative for the outside of the cover. The means shall be provided with some show whether the switches are open or closed. Switches should not be operated while under load shall be legibly marked and the words must not be operated under load the voltage carried. 229.89 jumper cable connections. Jumper cable connections between locomotives shall be located and guarded to provide sufficient vertical clearance. They may not hang with one end free. The cable jumper connections between locomotives may not have any of the following conditions: broken, badly chafed insulation, broken plugs, receptacles, or terminals, broken protruding strands or wiring. Alright, 229.91 motors and generator. The motor generator may not have any of the following conditions: be shorted or grounded, throw solder, excessively show evidence of the coming apart, having overheated supporting sparing, having excessive accumulation, internal combustion equipment. 229.93 safety cutout device. The fuel line have the safety cutout device and is located adjacent to the fuel supply tank. The other safety location closed automatically when the trip can be reset without hazard and can be handled operated with a clear marked location outside of the locomotive, outside of the cab on each exterior side of the locomotive. Venting. Fuel tank vent pipes may not be discharged on the roof nor or between the rails. 229.97 the grounding of fuel tanks. Fuel tanks related to piping shall be electrically grounded. 229.99 safety hanger. The drive shaft shall have safety hangers. 229.101 engine. The temperature and the pressure alarms and controls related switches. Internal combustion engine should function properly whenever the engine has been shut down due to the mechanical or other problems. Distinctive warning notices given the reason for the shutdown shall be conspicuously attached near the engine and starting control until the repairs have been made. Wheel slip slide protection shall provide the locomotive with an engine displaying the warning notice whenever required in Statute 229.115b. Steam generator, SHU-29-103, safety working pressure factor safety. The safety working pressure each of the steam generators shall be fixed with the chief mechanical up the care of the minimum factor of safety shall be fixed. The safe working pressure shall be indicated with the FRA Form X18049A. 229.105 steam generator number. The identification number shall be marked on the steam generator, separated with this number entered in the FRA form 6180498. The pressure gauge, 229.107 pressure gauge heat. The steam generator shall have the illuminated steam gauge that correctly indicates the pressure of the steam pressure gauge shall be gradually not less than 1 and 1/2 the times allowed with the working pressure of the steam generator. Each steam pressure gauge on the steam generator shall have the siphon that prevents the steam from entering the gauge. The pipe of the connection shall be directly entering the separator. Should be same type between the separator and the gauge. Safety valves. Each steam generator shall have equipped with at least 2 safety valves that combine with the capacity to prevent the accumulation of the pressure from more than 5 pounds per square inch of the allowed working pressure. The safety valves shall be independently connected with the separator located closely with the separator possible to discharge and discharge inside. The end of the generator compartment, the end of the safety valve discharge shall be located protected with the discharge steam does not create the hazard. Water flow indicated the steam generator shall be equipped with illuminated visual return water flow indicated the steam generator shall be equipped with an operable testing value. Other means of determining whether the steam generator is filled with water. The fill test valve will not discharge steam or hot water into the steam generator compartment. 229.113 warning notice. Wherever any steam generator has shut down because of the fact that the distinctive warning notice is given, the region for the shutdown shall consistently attach near the steam generator starting controls until the necessary repairs have been made. The locomotive in which the steam generator displaying the warning notice is the locomotive may continue in service until the next periodic inspection. 229.114 steam generator inspection. Periodic steam generator inspection. Except for the provided in statute 229.33, each of the steam generators shall be inspected and tested in accordance with the paragraph D of the section. Intervals not exceeding 92 days unless the steam generator is isolated in accordance with the paragraph D of the section. All non-compliant conditions shall be repaired, and the steam generator shall be isolated prescribed in paragraph B of the section before the locomotive is used. Isolation of the steam generator. The steam generator will be considered isolated with the water suction pipe to the water pump and leads the main switch of the steam generator switch are disconnected with the train line. Shutting off the valve wire closed with the blind gasket is applied before isolated steam generator is returned to use. It shall be inspected and tested pursuant to the paragraph D of this section. C. Forms. Each of the periodic steam generator inspections shall be recorded on Form M6180-490A, recorded in paragraph 229.23 when the FRA Form 6180-49A locomotives replace data of the steam generator inspection shall be transferred to the new Form FRA 6180-489A. Alright, D-testing and requirements. Each of the periodic steam generator inspection testing should include the following tests. All electrical devices visible to installation shall be inspected. All electrical automatically control alarms protected devices shall be inspected and tested. Steam pressure gauges shall be tested in comparison with the dead weight tester, and the tested gauge is designed for the purpose of the siphon of the steam gauge shall be removed. Their connections examined to determine that they are open. 4. Safety valves shall be set and tested under the steam after the steam pressure gauge is tested. It's E. Annual steam generator test. Each steam generator design is isolated in accordance with paragraph B of this section shall be subjected to the hydrostatic pressure at least 25% of the working pressure, and the visual return water or flow indicator shall be removed. Inspected testing under the paragraph shall be performed on intervals not exceeding 368 days calendar days. Or cabs and cab equipment, slip and slide alarms. Each except for the multiple unit locomotives, each locomotive used in road service shall be equipped with a device that provides audible visual alarm for the cab, either slipping or sliding wheels on the powered axle under the power with the two or more locomotives are coupled in multiple unit remote control wheel slip slide alarm, and each locomotive may be shown in the cab of the controlling locomotive. Each of the provided with the statute 229.9 and will equip the locomotive may not be dispatched road service or continue to road service following this daily inspection. Unless the wheel slide slip protection device, whatever type and the function, each powered axle under the power would function on each of the powered axles under the power. Effective January 1st, 1981, all new locomotives capable of being used for road service will be equipped with a device that detects the wheel slide for each of the powered axle. When it is under the power, the device shall produce an audible visual alarm in the cab. 229.117 speed indicators. After December 31st, 1980, each locomotive be used in the controlling locomotive speed in excess of 20 miles an hour per hour and should be equipped with a speed indicator which is accurate within 3 plus or minus 3 miles an hour. Actual speed of 10 to 30 miles per hour. Accurate within plus or minus 5 miles an hour. Speed above 30 miles an hour per hour. Clearly readable with the engineer's normal position in all light conditions. Each of the speed indicator required testing as soon as possible after departure means the speed test section equivalent procedures. 229.119 cab floors and passageways. Cab sheets should be securely mounted to the brace. The cab floor should be equipped with a secure and operable latching device. The cab wheels, windows, and lead locomotive shall be provided with an undistorted view of the right of the way of the cab in the normal position in the cab seat. The safety glazing standard 49 CFR Part 223, Title 44, Federal Registration 77348, December 31st, 1979. Floor and cabin passageways compartments shall be kept free of the oil, water, waste, and any obstruction creates. The slipping and the tripping of the fire hazard floors shall be properly treated with provided with a secure footing. Any occupied locomotive shall be provided with the proper ventilation and heating arrangement to maintain the temperature at least 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 6 inches above the center of each of the seat in the cab of the compartment. Alright, similar locomotives with open-end platforms coupled with multiple control road surfaces to have main safety passages between them. No passageways required through the nose of the car body. Should be a continuous barrier across the full width of the end of the locomotive or continuous barrier between the locomotives. Containers shall be provided with the carrying fuse and torpedo. The single container may be used. The portion of the separating fuse of the torpedoes shall be kept enclosed with the metal container. Each locomotive remanufactured placed in service for the first time after the June 8, 2012 should be equipped with the air conditioning unit, locomotive cab equipment. Each air conditioning unit with the locomotive cab identifying the paragraph G of the section should inspect and maintain and ensure they're operating properly and meets the exceed the manufacturer minimum operation specifications during periodic inspection required in the locomotive pursuant to Statute 22923. Each locomotive in the remanufactured locomotive ordered and after June 8, 2012 placed in service its first time after December 10, 2012 shall be equipped with a securement and device on the exterior locomotive cab door that is capable of securing the door from inside the cab. Alright, 229.121 locomotive cab noise. Performance of standard locomotive. When the standard static noise in accordance with paragraph A3 of the section, all locomotives each of the design model of the manufactured October 29, 2007 shall average less than equal to 85 decibels with an upper 99 confidence level 87 decibels. Railroad may rely on the certification of the equipment manufactured for the production run. The standard is, and the manufacturer may determine the average testing represented sample locomotives in initial series of locomotives provided that there are suitable manufacturer quality service control verification procedures and ensure the product consistency and maintenance of the locomotive manufactured in accordance with paragraph A1 of the section. Railroad shall not make any alteration that cause the average sound level of the locomotive design of the model exceed 82 decibels. Average sound level of the locomotive design model is less than 82 decibels. 85 decibels is average sound level of locomotive design or model of 82 to 85 decibels inclusive. The railroad manufacturer shall follow the static test protocols set forth in Appendix H for the part of the determining the compliance with the paragraph A1 of the section to the extent the responsible necessary to evaluate the effect of the alteration during the maintenance, determine the compliance with the paragraph A2 of the section. B. Maintenance of the locomotive. If the railroad receives an excessive noise report, if the condition will give the rise of noise required, that they immediately be corrected under Part 229. The railroad shall maintain a record of the report, repair and replace the item identified substantial contributing to the noise on or before the next periodic inspection by 229.23. If the railroad determines that the repair replacement of the item requires significant shop of the material resources that are not readily available at this time, next major equipment repair commonly used for the nuclear type of the maintenance and needed. 2. Conditions that may lead to locomotive cab occupant to file the excessive noise report included but not are limited to defective cab window seals, defective cab door seals, broken intraoperative windows, deteriorated insulation that has been removed from the other region, broken intraoperative doors, air brakes that went inside the cab. I have railroad obligation to respond with the excessive noise operating with the locomotive cab occupant file with the railroad meets his obligation to respond to the excessive noise report as set forth in B1 of the section. If the railroad makes a good faith effort to identify the cause of the reported noise, whether the railroad is successful in determining the cause of the railroad prepares to replace the cause of the noise. Record keeping. A record shall be maintained a written and electrical record of excessive noise report, inspection, testing, maintenance, replacement, repair completed pursuant to statute 229.121b with the date of which the inspection, testing, maintenance, replacement, and repair occurred. And if the railroad elects to maintain an electrical record, the railroad may satisfy the conditions listed in statute 227.121a2 through 1 through 5. Or the railroad shall retain these records for 92 days if they are made pursuant to statute 229.21 for the 1 year, but then they are made pursuant to statute 229.23. The railroad shall establish an internal auditable, monitorable system that contains these records. 229.123 pilot, snowplows, and end plates. Each of the locomotives shall be equipped with a pilot, snowplow, or end plates that extends across the both rails. Minimum clearance above the rail of the pilot, snowplow, end plate shall be 3 inches, except for the provided within the paragraph of the section. The maximum clearance shall be 6 inches when the locomotive is equipped within the combination equipment is listed in both the paragraph extending across the both rails. Outlet lowest piece for the equipment must satisfy clearance requirements for this section. To provide clearance for the passing on retarded locomotive utilized for the hump yard switching service at the hump yard location may have the pilot snowplow end plate with maximum height of 8-9 inches. Each locomotive equipped with a pilot snowplow end plate with a clearance of about 6 inches shall be permanently stenciled on each end of the locomotive within the words 9 inches maximum end plate height yard of the trail service only. When operated with a switching service leading position locomotives with a pilot and snowplate end plate. Clearance above 6 inches shall be limited with 10 miles per hour over the grade of the crossing. The train crew shall be notified in writing of the restriction on the locomotive cab label, stenciling in the cab, the written operation instruction given the crew maintaining the cab locomotive, the pilot snowplow end plate. Clearance above 6 inches shall be noted in the remarks section of form FRA 618049A. Locomotives with the pilot and snowplate end plate clearance above 6 inches shall not be placed in lead position when being moved under section 229.9. Alright, 229, 125 headlights and auxiliary lights. Each lead locomotive is used with the road surface to illuminate its headlight with the locomotives in its use. Illuminated with the headlight shall be produced with a peak intensity of 200,000 candelas and produce at least 3,000 candelas at an angle of 7.5 degrees, at least 400 candelas at an angle of 20 degrees from the center line of the locomotive. When the light is aimed at the parallel of the track, the locomotive will consider the road surface regularity, whether to run backward into any portion of the trip other than the track, other than the pickup of the detached portion of the train is to make the terminal movements. It also shall have the rear headlight that meets the intensity requirements above. Each of the headlights shall be aimed and illuminate the person at least 800 feet ahead in front of the section headlight. The purpose of the section headlight shall be compromised either one or two lamps. If a locomotive is equipped with a single lamp headlight, the single lamp shall produce a peak intensity at least 200,000 candelas. Shall produce at least 3,000 candelas at an angle of 7.5 degrees, at least 400 candelas at an angle of 20 degrees from the center line of the tracks. When center line of the locomotive when the light is aimed parallel to the tracks. The following operative lamps meet the standards set forth in paragraph A. Single incandescent pair, 56 200 watt, 330 volt lamp. Single halogen pair, 56 200 watt, 30 volt lamp. A single halogen per 56 350 watt, 775 volt lamp, or a single lamp meeting the intensity requirements given above. If a locomotive is equipped with a dual lamp headlight, a peak intensity of at least 200,000 candelas and at least 3,000 candelas at an angle of 7.5 degrees, at least 400 candelas at an angle of 20 degrees from the center line of the locomotive. When the track is aimed, the parallel of the track shall be produced with a headlight based on either of the single lamps capable of individually producing the required peak intensity on the candela produced by the headlight on the both lamps and eliminated with both lamps are needed to produce the required peak intensity. Then both lamps are in headlight shall be operational. The following operative lamps meet the standard set forth in the paragraph A2, the single incandescent pair of 56 200 watt 330 volt lamp. The single halogen pair is 56 200 watt 30 volt lamp. Single halogen pair of 56 350 watt 75 volt lamp. Two incandescent pair of 56 350 watt 75 volt lamps, or lamps for meeting the intensity requirements given above. A locomotive equipped with a two incandescent pair of 56 350 watt 75 volt lamps has an en route failure with one lamp. The headlight fixture may continue in service as a lead locomotive until the next day inspection required in Statute 229-21 only if A. Auxiliary lights are burned steadily. Auxiliary lights are aimed horizontally parallel to the longitudinal center line locomotive. They aimed across not less than 400 feet in front of the locomotive. C. The second headlight of both the auxiliary lamps continue to operate. 2. The reserve. B. Each locomotive consists of the yard surface shall have two headlights, one located in the front of the locomotive consisting of one in its rear. Each headlight shall produce at least 60,000 candelas, shall be arranged to illuminate a person at least 300 feet ahead in front of the headlight. The headlight shall be provided with a device to dim the light. Effective December 31st, 1997, each of the locomotives operated at a speed greater than 20 miles per hour over and one or more public highway crossings shall be equipped with one operative the auxiliary lamp in addition with a headlight with the required paragraph A and B of this section. The locomotive equipped on March 6, 1996 auxiliary lights in conformance with the Statute 229-133 shall be deemed to conform this section until the March 6, 2000. Locomotives in compliance with the Statute 229-133C shall be deemed to conform to this section. Auxiliary lights shall be composed as follows. Two white auxiliary lights shall be placed at the front of the locomotive to form a triangle with the headlight. The auxiliary light shall be at least 36 inches above the top of the rail, except for the multiple unit locomotive, the control cab locomotives, where such placement would compromise the integrity of the car body or otherwise impractical. Auxiliary light signs such multiple unit locomotives, control cab locomotives shall be at least 24 inches above the top of the rail. The auxiliary lights shall be spaced at least 36 inches apart, with the vertical distance above from the headlight to the horizontal axis for the auxiliary lights of 60 inches or more. The auxiliary lights shall be spaced at least 60 inches apart, with the vertical distance for the headlight to the horizontal axis for the auxiliary lights less than 60 inches. Each auxiliary light shall produce a peak intensity of 200,000 candelas and should be produce at least 3,000 candelas at an angle 7.5 degrees, at least 400 candelas at an angle 20 degrees from the center line locomotive of the track. That when laid with the aim parallel to the tracks, any of the following operative lamps meet the standard sets that forth in paragraph incandescent paragraph pair 56 200 watt 30 volt lamp, a halogen pair 56 200 watt 30 volt lamp, halogen pair 56 350 watt 75 volt lamp, incandescent pair 56 350 watt 75 volt lamp, and a single lamp having equivalent intensity at the specified angles. 3 auxiliary lights shall be aimed horizontally within 15 degrees of the longitudinal center of the locomotive. The auxiliary lights required in the paragraph D of the section may be arranged to burn steadily, flash on approach for the crossing. Auxiliary lights are arranged and flash. They shall flash at alternately and rate at least 40 flashes per minute, then almost 180 flashes per minute. Road operating rules set for the standard procedure for the use of flashing lights, public highway, railway grade crossings. 3. The flashing features may be activated automatically, but shall have capable manual activation and deactivation with the locomotive engineer. Alright, auxiliary lights required for the paragraph D of this section shall be continuously illuminated immediately during the prior and movement of the locomotive, except as provided with the railroad operating rules timetable special instruction, unless each such exemption is disapproved by the FRA. The railroad may accept the use of the auxiliary lights at specific public highway, railway grade crossings designation. That exemption in the railroad operating rules timetable special order exemption from the auxiliary lights at specified public grade crossing can be disapproved with the stated cause of the FRA associated administration of the safety of any one of the FRA's regional administration. After the investigation, the FRA opportunity response from the railroad. Movement of the locomotives with a defective auxiliary light led the locomotive with only one failed auxiliary light must be repaired with the switch in a trailing position before the departure of the place where an internal terminal inspection is required for that train. The locomotive with only one auxiliary light has failed, but after the departure of an initial terminal must be repaired not later than the next calendar day. Inspection required in statute 22921. The locomotive with two failed auxiliary lights may only proceed to the next place where the repairs can be made. The movement must be consistent with the statute 2299. Any locomotive subject to Part 229 that was built before December 31st, 1948 that is not used regularly in commuter and intercity passenger service shall be considered historical equipment and accepted through the requirements of paragraph D through H of this section. Alright, 229-127 cab light. Sheets of locomotive show up the cab light with a provided sufficient illumination for the control instrument, the measurement meters gauge to enable the engine crew to make accurate reading of their nominal position in the cab. The light shall be located with the construction maintained so that the light shines only with those parts requiring illumination, does not interfere with the crew's vision of the track signals. Each of the controlling locomotives shall have also a conveniently located light that can be readily turned on and off. The person operating the locomotive can provide sufficient illumination for the read train orders of the timetables, cab passageways, and compartments that shall have adequate illumination. And we're going to stop at locomotive horns.